Where our van was, it was this nasty little stream of disgusting gray trash water. And halfway up this canal, I saw a woman trying to get this trash out of the way to get to some water to wash a shirt in this disgusting canal. And up the stream from her, there was a guy using the restroom in that same channel of water. And I'm seeing all this stuff for the first time, and I'm like, what is going on? And then I looked right outside of our van. Right next to our van, there were these group of these little girls, and I saw this little girl kind of moving around, and there's still just trash everywhere. And I see this little girl move around, and she kneels down, and she scoops a drink out of this stream of water. And I freaked out. I was like, no, stop, please don't do that, please don't do that. We got so much bottled water in this van, please, just take one of these. But it wasn't just her, it was all these little kids just living in this trash, in this filth. And she stood up, and we're still stopped in traffic, and she stood up and she looked at me through my window, and our eyes met, and I saw something I had never seen before in my life. The look on her face was blank. It was nothing. It was like I was looking right through her eyes. There was no hope, there was no joy, there was no love, there was no life. There was no expression at all. And I'd never seen anything like that. I've never seen any kids look like that. I mean, not let alone my kids. It wasn't just her, it was all these kids and the next kid and the next kid as we're driving along, and I had to turn away from my window. I couldn't look at these kids anymore. I was crying, it was breaking my heart thinking about my own kids. And we finally made our way through the city, and we pulled into the village where the kids were that we were going to meet. And we could barely get out of the van in time because the kids were running out of their houses, smiling from ear to ear, laughing. They had school uniforms on, and they ran and they jumped up on us. They gave us hugs, and they said, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm just crying all over these kids. I'm just very emotional. I'm weeping on these kids. And they're like, why are you crying on us? And I'm like, I don't know, I love you, I'm sorry. Just because I physically couldn't handle the difference between these kids and those kids I'd seen on the street. It was night and day. It was death to life. And these kids that we helped out just had their obvious needs met. They had clean water, they had food, shelter, clothing, education. But they had more than that. They had somebody looking after them who cared whether they lived or died that day. And they knew who Jesus was. And it was all over their faces. Their eyes lit up with excitement and with hope and with a joy about life that we did not see anywhere else. And it just changed my world forever. And I'm so thankful to be a part of that with these guys. It changed my life. It changed these guys' lives when they first started doing it. We have a second half of this video we want to show you real quick.
For the first part of the Newsboys' career, we spent a lot of our off time building homes and caring for families in some of the toughest situations.
Our involvement down in Baja, Mexico, building homes and serving the poorest communities across the border. That's really where our heart for serving others became so amplified.
When Michael joined the band, we knew there was more. We wanted to take this thing to the world.
I jumped right into the passion that the band has for serving those in need. We've taken trips to Guatemala, Zambia, Kenya, Indonesia, and Mexico. And we've seen over 50,000 children sponsored.
Helping people in need became a foundation for all of us in the band. We realized that this was much bigger than who we were. It's so necessary for us to understand, to focus on a few specific areas. First of all, there's nutrition. Having good, proper nutrition every single day is essential to the children and their development as they grow.
And these kids get clean, fresh water.
This tank right here may not look much to you, but this is a child fund water tank. It's 1,000 litre of clean, fresh water that's in one of the schools here that Child Fund sponsors.
And their essential medical needs are taken care of.
Children receive the essential medical care they need, and with that, the very foundation of good health.
And all these kids receive an education.
Teaching these children to read, write, basic skills in school, and helping them to acquire knowledge is so important.
And the families learn job skills. providing a pathway to a much better life.
Finding ways to help people with incredible needs has been life-changing.
The real-life results of the work that is being done is more than worth it to all of us involved. Thank God for Child Fund, because we can have an active part in seeing these kids raised a good education, health, food, a better living condition. Why not do it?
We, me, Newsboys, Child Fund, we thank you so much.
Hey, hey. Oh, everybody give it up for Bam right here. Making it work. I hope you guys enjoyed that because it's so fun. When my wife first came to me and was like, I think we should sponsor a child, I looked at it was crazy. I'm like, babe, I'm a musician. You know we don't make any money. How are we going to come up with $36 a month to sponsor a child? And she just said, I believe this is what we should do, and God will provide. And I said, okay, what are we going to do? And so what we did in our family is we just we cut our cable TV package down from 200 channels to 20 channels because we only watch 2 channels. We watch ESPN and HGTV. My wife loves sports. But I don't miss those channels. I never watched them. Nothing has changed in my life. I basically made zero effort. But because we made that tiny little decision and went ahead and did it and moved this from here to there, we were able to completely change a child's life from one of those kids on the street to one of those kids in the village. And I was feeling pretty good about myself. I'm like, yeah, we sponsored a child, we did it. And then my wife's like, well, we have 2 kids, and I think they should each have somebody they can write letters to and to get letters back from. And so I think we should sponsor another child. I looked at her and I said something I've said many times in our 19 years of marriage. I said, babe, you're right. I said, but what are we going to do? And so we just decided to go out for coffee one last time per week and just drink coffee that we already have at our house. Like, it's not even a sacrifice. I still get to drink coffee, and again, we get to sponsor a child and take care of them, and it's so fun for my kids. We sit down at the dinner table, we open up the letters they get from their friends, and we read them, and we write them letters back and draw them pictures, and my kids get to have friends that live completely different lives than they do, halfway around the world. And actually, just a couple of summers ago, we got to go with my daughter. She was 12 at the time. She's 14 now, so you can imagine what life's like in our home. But she was 12 at the time, and we got to go to the country of Zambia, Africa. She got to meet a little girl named Josephine that we've been sponsoring for a while. I think we have a picture of Josephine somewhere on that media server out there, so we'll see if we can find it. Maybe not. But there she is. That's Emma and Josephine right there. And so we're in Zambia, right? And she's super nervous to meet her because she's written letters and all that kind of fun stuff. But
right now, I was gonna go get something from the substance stand, from the cards table. I am broke. I can't afford anything except for rich burners. I don't really want a rich bed. So I was gonna get like a CD or a T-shirt, but I'm broke. So I'm gonna have to sit here and drink my cheap bottled water until things come back. So can I change this just a second? Okay. But basically, yeah. So like I said, we're gonna wait. Kind of the intermission right now. Yeah, we're gonna be there. Also, COVID is dumb. Can I pause the stream or something? I don't think I can. I'll try and think of something quick. Alright. I'm gonna go back. I'll come back, guys, with the stream. What?
So if you want to go over there, you